go. Good morning, everybody. Working on Ole here today. Ole's in his mid-20s. There we go. And he gets maintenance adjustments every couple of months, and it's been a minute for him. And he is pretty darn sore in his withers. Holy smokes. I just laid my hand up there and look how fussy he's being just with that. So I'll try to see what's going on. Hey, stop. And he is not usually like this at all. So very, very concerned about him right now. Come on. So I'm going to check his right side too. See if he's also tender. Wow. Real tender. You can see it. Hey, stop. I'm not applying any pressure on him, but if I touch him there, look at that. Oh, easy, 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 easy. So he might not be a candidate for adjusting him today. I do want to check his poll and see if there's any discomfort there. But I'm just going to palpate around here and see if there's anything other than right there that's really bothering him. Because that's really abnormal for him. Let's see if I go right up next to the withers again. Yeah, so just real tender through there. Okay, buddy. And there's a little bit of heat there as well. So like I was saying in my last video that I just did on TikTok, if you guys were over there watching, hey, Alyssa, thanks for hopping over. And DZ, thank you. This guy is in a little bit of discomfort here. And I've worked on him many times and I've never seen him react this way, just a touch, right? I'm just putting my hand here and it's just wild. And it's nice that I get to see these guys often because I can really pick up on things that are different and concerning that maybe the owner might not be as observant of because they're not looking for the same things that I am. They might see things under saddle, but when I get my hands on the horses and I can actually feel around and see where some of these problems are, it shows up a little differently than the owners might expect. So I'm going to check here. Look at that, just touching, very unhappy. And when I'm working in the withers and I see pain like that, my first instinct is to check the poll, because when those withers are sore on both sides, it typically means that he's not able to extend his poll comfortably. So he's overusing the paraspinal muscles in the withers to lift the whole head and neck. So instead of doing this, they'll try it, but as it becomes tight or uncomfortable, they'll start to sit back to get the eyes up, because horses have something called a riding reflex, and so do we. But the riding reflex is just the primary reflex that the brain wants to keep the eyes level with the horizon at all times. So it won't allow the head to sit like this because now we're not level with the horizon. So what the brain will do is it'll drop the shoulder. Now my eyes are level, but my shoulder is low. So to correct the shoulder, I got to drop my hips. Now my shoulders are level and my head is level, but my hips are jacked up, right? So we can get SI pain, hock pain, low back pain, all this stuff because the poll is not positioned correctly. But at the same time, if he's not able to do this and keep his eyes level at the horizon, what he's going to do is he's going to keep tension in those withers and pull the whole head and neck up. So now my eyes again are level at the horizon, but it's these muscles doing the work, and they're not supposed to do that work. So they get full lactic acid, super tight, super sore, and then the horse gets cranky. So it's all about figuring out the cause of some of these problems, not so much fixing the point that has the pain or discomfort, because you can do that and you can get that pain or discomfort to go away. But once the body recovers from the massage or the adjustment or the e-stim or the MagnaWave or whatever, it's just going to come right back because you really didn't correct the pattern that's causing that problem in the first place. Me too, Giants. Absolutely. Dan from Spain, thank you for watching. I was supposed to go to Spain next month, but Doesn't look like that's going to happen anymore, but hopefully in the future. So thank you guys for hopping in. Looks like we got 50 people watching. If you guys can please tap that like button, I would greatly appreciate it. Tap the heart. And if you don't mind subscribing, I'd love to have you on my channel. And if you guys are interested in sending those gifts, that's how we get paid on YouTube. I would greatly appreciate that as well, but totally up to you. So I'm just checking the gap between the back of his mandible and his first vertebrae in his neck called the atlas to see if we have the big shift in this area. And this all feels pretty symmetrical from side to side. And what I'm really curious about is how he reacts to pressure at the pole. So I'm going to check this here. So you can see, not comfortable there, not happy there. And I'm going to check this side as well, even worse on the right side, which makes me feel like that pain and the wither is coming from the pole and not the wither itself. But he's so sore there that we might have a couple of different things going on. So the first thing I'm going to do, because he's so sore on the right side of his pole, easy buddy, is I'm going to take his tongue out to the left. Now, as I said on my TikTok live that I did today, for whatever reason, the equine osteopaths and the craniosacral therapists just love to bash this move here. And they'll say, you should never pull the tongue. You should never yank the tongue. And they'll be super derogatory about it. You know, they almost act like you're stupid for doing it. And if you watch any of my videos where I take care of this hyoid and pull pain, I always say, never pull and never yank the tongue. And in fact, I even teach you how to hold the tongue with this OK symbol so that if they pull back, the tongue slips out of my grip so that it doesn't traction the tongue and they don't damage the hyoid. But everybody's like scared of doing this move because they think the hyoid is fragile or they think you're going to break the hyoid. I've been doing this for 10 years. I've never damaged, fractured, or anything the hyoid. Just follow what I'm telling you to do and you'll be completely fine. The research does not bear out that this is risky. So I don't know where it's coming from that you shouldn't touch the tongue or hold the tongue or whatever. The only thing that the research has shown to have a slight risk, and that's what it says in the research, it says an extremely slight risk, is excessive traction. So I don't traction, I just hold. I'm literally just holding the tongue out of the mouth and allowing him to provide the tension and do all the work. That's it. So if you guys post and say, oh, don't ever pull the tongue, I agree with you. So I don't understand the issue. Good boy. There we go. So it's him trying to pull the tongue in. It's not me trying to pull the tongue out. You can see I'm just standing here super relaxed. So you osteopaths and craniosacral folks, you need to learn how to be more professional and build professional relationships instead of going on there and trying to build your own credibility by talking down to what other people are doing, especially those that are having a lot of success. But I'll leave that there. And I hate it because I can't go onto those posts that they make and comment because, you know, those people have a very small following and I don't want to go on there and comment and get the algorithm cued in on their profile because it doesn't benefit me at all, right? If they had more followers than I did, I would jump on there and have that discussion. But, you know, I don't feel like I need to go on there and justify what I do to somebody that has almost no following, which always seems to be the case. And the posts they write are all AI generated anyway, so they're not even writing their own opinions. But I'll leave that there. Try this on your horse if they have a sore hyoid or sore pole. You won't believe the results that you get. Oh, that's awesome, Kelly. Where did he work? Which state? Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about, Ryder. You've heard it can do some damage. Well, it doesn't matter what people hear. What people hear is usually not correct. And in this case, it's not correct. All you have to do is go to PubMed.com, search equine hyoid damage, equine hyoid injury, or whatever, and just read the research for yourself. You'll realize that the risk is so low, you would never consider not doing it because of the risk of damaging the hyoid. Name the last time you heard, like in your own experience, that a horse damaged its hyoid or a horse had a broken hyoid. I've never heard of a single case. Yet I always hear people go, oh, don't do this to the tongue because you'll break the hyoid. You know, it's not even a thing. And like I said, Ryder, you know, don't ever pull it. I mean, I don't know how many times I have to say that. You want me to sing Rhythm is the Dancer? I don't think I'm going to risk that on here, Terry. Years back, I fell behind in my... What in the world? All right. Interesting. Thank you, Dixon. All right. So let's go ahead. Oh, sorry, buddy. Let's go ahead and recheck that other side here. See how he's feeling. Let's see what we get here now. So look, let me turn this over here a little bit. Easy, easy, easy. So you can expect your horse to kind of fuss a little bit sometimes after you do it, because the last time you went up there and touched, it was uncomfortable. But look, you know, and if you're not willing to try that tongue move to get rid of some of that discomfort, look what you're missing out on. It's insane. So sometimes you have to do the tongue to both sides, and you can see the difference. Like he's still really uncomfortable on this left side. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the tongue out to the right as well to try to loosen up the left side of his poll, get that hyoid sensitivity out of there. So again, I'm just gonna take the tongue out. I'm just gonna hold it out at about a 45-degree angle. I said hold, not pull. Please don't ever pull the tongue, okay? No pulling, no yanking, just hold it. All you gotta do is hold it and let the horse work to pull the tongue back into the mouth. So my job when I'm holding onto the tongue is just to keep the slack out, right? It's like I'm holding onto a rope and the rope has some slack in it. I'm just keeping the slack out of the rope. That way, when they tighten up and they contract those muscles that attach to the hyoid to pull the tongue back into the mouth, I'm just resisting that motion. So you can see I'm not pulling, I'm not tractioning, I'm just holding. Nice and easy. And if you think your horse is gonna break its hyoid by trying to pull the tongue back into its mouth, I mean, I got waterfront property in Arizona for you. There you go. In fact, this releases a ton of endorphins for them, which is why you always see the licking and chewing and yawning and head shaking afterwards. It feels really good for them. There you go. Good boy. And you can see him really working that. This is great. So good for them. And this is the move that I've been doing for him that really has knocked out his head shaker syndrome that he's had for a really long time. It does so many good things because there's so many different areas where the muscles from the hyoid attach to the head and neck. There's even muscles that go down from the back of the hyoid that attach to the shoulder and attach to the sternum. It's called the omohyoid and the sternohyoid. And then they have the occipital hyoid, which attaches to the occipital bone of the skull from the hyoid. So there's just so many different attachments. It affects TMJ, pole, it affects shoulder. If you look up online, you can look up the anterior thoracic sling. That all originates from the hyoid and goes down the front of the body, all the way underneath, and then eventually goes down and attaches up into the pelvis and into the hind end. So hyoid dysfunction can cause a lot of different movement problems in your horse because of muscles and fascial planes and all that type of stuff. So give that a shot. Yes, sir, that's why I hold it, no pulling. This is not a mule. Oh, hey, buddy. Let's see. Oh, where's Cindy Johnson when I need her? All right, let's see. Awesome. Stolen? Are you serious? Wow. Yeah, I know. I usually have a moderator in here that takes care of it, but she's sleeping on me today, I think. Let's go ahead and let's see. We'll do this. I'll just put him in timeout. Let's see. There we go. Bye-bye. All right. Oh, we got one more we're going to get rid of here too. Adios. Okay. That should clear it up. Thank you guys for the likes. Looks like we've got 24, but we still have 40 people in here watching the live. So if you guys can please hit that like button, I would really appreciate that, especially if you're enjoying the content. And I'm gonna go ahead and, where's he, buddy? Oh, he's even uncomfortable with the lead rope sitting up there. It's really odd. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back up here and recheck this pole. Remember, they can do this little head tossing once you do the tongue, because they're expecting it to hurt again when you palpate. So just stick with them, let them figure it out. Good boy. And then they'll realize, oh, that doesn't hurt, right? So now I'm really getting in there and rubbing, and he's totally fine. But if I get up there and he starts pulling his head away and I just take my hand off, then he doesn't have the opportunity to learn and figure out that this no longer bothers him. Look at that. Let's check the other side too. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But by all means, don't do the tongue thing because you're going to fracture the hyoid. Unbelievable. I mean, you're just missing out. And it's all because of ego, right? Like, they won't even try it because their ego is like, oh, you're not supposed to do this, and that's bad. You're going to break the hyoid. Well, the chances of you breaking the hyoid are extremely, extremely slim. And the chances that you're going to take the tongue out and really help them with the pull are extremely, extremely likely. So, but you do you, boo. All right, he's a little sore down here in the lower neck. And because of Oli's age, I don't ever do really big adjustments on him. I just do mostly stretching, and I'll put a little bit of an input through the joints. But on older horses like this, you're just really trying to help them maintain what they've got, right? They're arthritic, and you're not gonna change a whole bunch of their structure because of that arthritis. But you can maintain the range of motion that they have and even increase it a little bit. But those big adjustments, if they're arthritic, you're gonna really sore them up, and I really don't wanna do that. So I just take it easy with the old guys. There we go. I don't touch them like this first. I'm not sure what you're doing. All right, wow, what's going on in here today? This is wild. All right, we'll just get rid of that guy. Weird. I'm just attracting the spam this morning. Awesome. Okay, well, we got 2 more likes. Thank you guys so much. You guys can please hit that heart button. I would really appreciate that. It's crazy. Doesn't take much to like the video if you're enjoying the live. That's all we ask. All right, I'm gonna bring his head down a little bit to his chest. There we go. Give those muscles up there a little stretch. Good boy. Back. Good boy. Good boy. That's a good boy. And Oli does not do the pressure points. He is not a fan, so I don't ever do those on him. Sometimes if you try to do the pressure points and they're pulling away from you and they're just not happy with them, if you keep doing it and doing it and doing it, they won't relax enough to let you do anything else. So I don't torture him with those. Hey, Kate, good morning. Another guy talking about the meat. What is the deal? Adios. Yeah, he's a good boy. He's so good for the kids. He's a really nice lesson horse. So if you were on at the beginning of the live and you were able to see how sore he was through here, now he's letting me touch that and rub that, and he's not freaking out like he was before. And I haven't done anything to the withers yet. All I've done is work on the hyoid and the pole, and look at the difference here. Like, that is insane, right? And that's all because when you relax this, you relax that, okay? And that is way better. Is this her style? Okay, I'll get out of here for you. His is all super muddy, so I stole it real quick. Huh? Yeah, it's nasty. I'll work on him out here though, so you can put him away. Yeah, you're welcome. Here, we'll go over here. Here's Oli's stall. Oli's stall is disgusting, so he's just stealing an empty one for a minute. But we'll work on him out here for the rest of his adjustment. He's almost done anyway. He is in his mid-20s. We don't really know for sure because I don't believe he's papered. But if I had guessed, I would say he's probably around 26 or so. Gouda, will you please go wake up Cindy? Got a lot of weird horse eater comments in here today. It's wild. But I am almost done. Of course, you hop in and I'm about done. Cindy's gonna be fired. She hasn't been on my last few lives. Hope she's okay. All right, so let's go ahead and stretch his legs out. Good boy. Again, we're dealing with an older horse, probably has some arthritis. I'm not flexing your knees, buddy. So he doesn't like his knees being flexed, so we're not doing that. But I do want to bring his legs out front and get him to stretch those shoulders. Easy, easy. Oh, there you go. Good boy. Easy, good boy. So with the older horses, just go nice and slowly like this. Good boy, good boy. You just let them figure it out at their own pace. Oh, easy, buddy. Easy. Good boy. And if they're uncomfortable, you can keep the foot a little bit lower to the ground. Good boy. Good boy. There you go. But you'll feel their tension. You'll feel them kind of pulling against you. You'll feel their heel of their front foot pulling against your leg. And then you can just lighten up your pressure. And then once they relax, you can ask them for a little bit more. A lot of the times when they're pulling back like that, it's because they're anticipating that something's gonna hurt, not that something is actually hurting at the time. Good boy. So if you just go slow, give them some loves while you're getting that stretch started, let them figure out that, you're not gonna do anything that's gonna hurt them. Good boy. Good boy. There you go. Just stretch it out a little bit and then give it back. And if you go slow and you build that rapport and trust, then they'll let you do the other side as well. Good boy. There you go. Good boy. Easy. Easy. No. Nope. Come on. Forward. That way. There we go. It's like we're going to go for a walk. Okay, let's see. Easy. Good boy. Good boy. There we go. I'm just going to bring this one straight out. Good boy. Easy, easy, easy. Good boy. Good boy. There you go. Good boy, buddy. So just nice and easy. Nice and easy, nice and slow. Give him a chance to figure it out. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Oh. Easy, easy, easy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. And you can just put the foot on your leg and just let them control the rate and how much they stretch that out. You don't have to force it. Good boy. That was really good. All right. So let's get his TMJ all stretched out as well. Oh, hey, hello. It's like I'm just gonna crawl into your lap here. Hey, here. Oh, lovely. Uh-oh. Reset. Let me reset this microphone here. All right. I'm seeing a I'm seeing a trend in here today with all of these spammers. Weird. I don't think I've seen that before on my YouTube lives. All right, so let's just get in here, see if we can get him to stretch his jaw out a little bit. There we go. This is the TMJ pressure point. If you guys want to learn how to do this for your horse or any of the stretches I've been doing or the pressure points, just comment the word stretch and I'll send you over a link to my free shoulder extension stretch, which is my favorite stretch for the front end. And then in that tutorial is a link to my stretching exercises for horses ebook. And in there I teach you how to stretch the entire body from pole to tail and all four legs. So check that out if you're interested. This is good. Very nice. And we always do the TMJ pressure point. Yes, we always do the TMJ pressure point on both sides. So let's get him to do it over here as well. There you go. So stretching the TMJ is great for the pole, it's great for the hyoid. Neurologically, it's really important if you have performance horses to stretch your horse's TMJ. So I recommend doing this before and after you compete if you have performance horses. Good boy. Good boy. There you go. Very good stretch. You can see how well he's moving that mandible. And that's really, really good. And I am just about done with Mr. Oli. Don't feed the troll. Exactly. Interesting view. What did I miss? I've given people interesting views on accident in the past. So hopefully I didn't do that this time. Pincher's gone. Pincher's in a timeout, which he's going to miss out on the rest because I blocked him for 30 minutes. All right, let's move him around here. All right, guys, last chance to hit that like button for me. I know we got 55 people in, and 37 likes. We have a few more likes left in there. If you guys could please tap that like button before I end the live, I would appreciate it. And again, if you guys follow me on TikTok as well, I'm gonna be doing most of my lives on YouTube from now on. So if you guys haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. And turn on those notifications so you don't miss any future adjustments. And again, thanks for hopping in, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you for all those likes coming in now. I see we're at 39. We got like 16 left on deck. If somebody can hit like on their own end for me, that would be wonderful. Here's the barn I'm in today, guys. Super nice, full of horses on this one. And then you can see the barn over there is full of horses as well. That's the Borders barn. And then here's the arena right out here. Here's the arena. And then there is a whole bunch more horses all the way down there in that barn as well. So a lot of horses here. And then there's a breeding facility on the other side of the property that probably has another 80 to 100 horses. So it's a pretty big facility here. If you guys have kids or you yourselves want to learn how to ride or barrel race or team rope, check out AZ Rodeo Ready on Facebook and Instagram. It's an amazing, amazing lesson barn. Cannot recommend it enough. Thanks, Gouda. Great to see you. Thanks, Alyssa, for hanging out on both lives. Appreciate you very much. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done that yet. And I look forward to seeing you all on a future live. Thank you so much.